All right.
What is it now?
For Kazmatan!
Really?
Frostmourne hungers.
I wait. Lazar. I have heard the summons.
Okay.
A pint for every ghoul you blast!
There we go.
This is more like it.
I mean, that's very dwarven. A pint for every ghoul you blast!
Finally.
Send off the charges! Blow the bridge before they get across!
No! Stop them before they...
That was for Muradin. Now you'll never get across.
There are other passages through the labyrinth, Death Knight. We will find another way.
Frostmourne hungers.
I do like how basically the dwarves planned for this, but they didn't plan for Anub'arak to have very intimate knowledge of this place. To be like, oh, you thought that was the only way? No, 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 no. There are other places. There are other places.
Speak, fool. Ah, at last.
Rubians. With some trapped dwarves here and there.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more.
Who have Nerubians coming out of them? Oh gosh. They went the xenomorph route.
Rubians are your kin. Why are they hostile to us?
Many of us who fell during the War of the Spider were brought back to serve the Lich King. These warriors, however, never died. Foolishly, they still fight to liberate Naru from the Scourge.
Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Yeah, the Nerubians have a very interesting history and culture.
This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Finally.
It also partly has to do with what happened with Yogg-Saron.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
But at this point, we don't know anything about the old gods.
Dead end, Anub'arak.
Yet.
There must be a hidden passage somewhere. We Nerubians were crafty engineers in our time.
Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally.
This is an ancient Nerubian hoarding cell. We kept most of our treasures hidden in chambers like this. The passage to the lower depths lies just beyond this room.
Great. As long as we're here, we can take some of these items with us.
Well.
Finally.
Forget about that.
You will know endless torment.
The spike trap has been
Finally.
deactivated.
Frostmourne hungers.
Okay.
Inventory is full.
Summons a Fellstalker.
Tread lightly.
I don't think we need that.
I'll make sure you
Whoa!
Ah, at last.
Inventory is full.
What is it now? This is more like it. Gold.
We should take this with us.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne.
Where is the other
Ah, at
switch?
Finally.
Huh.
This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally.
Am I missing a switch somewhere?
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers.
Feels like I am missing something here.
Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it.
Inventory is full.
Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally.
Oh boy. Oh, hold on.
Like it. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
Huh. Okay. Huh. Boom! Look at that chain reaction. Okay,
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers.
it feels like I'm not seeing something I'm supposed to be seeing. I feel like I'm here much longer than I should be. Hold on, just 1 second. There is a way I know I can quickly check this out. Just gotta give me a second to pull it up. This is one of the reasons I'm not fond of these levels, because of the dungeon delving and puzzle solving. I'm just like, ugh. Okay. Let me take a look here. Oh, I'm supposed to pick up that treasure. Fine.
My might cannot be matched. By Nerub.
There we go.
Don't even try it, you bastard! That there treasure belongs to the dwarves!
This treasure belongs to the Lich King, little creature. We, his servants, shall take what we will.
Frostmourne hungers.
That is a tad bit annoying, especially if you already have full inventory and you're like, oh, I don't want to pick that up.
Like it.
Nope, you have to progress in the story.
It's them! Bust them!
Okay, can we attack that thing, please?
Venom of Nerub.
Speak, fool. Finally. Frostmourne.
Damned undead! Slay them all!
Finally.
Our forces are under attack.
At last. This is more like it.
Shoot anything that shuffles or skitters!
For the Lich King. Finally.
Alright, found a restoration.
Speak, fool.
Silly little beetles.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. This is more like it.
Hi, Belgan.
I remember you, evil prince. You're the one that killed poor Muradin.
Get over it already.
I won't let you through this door, traitor. The recent quakes have awakened dark things under the ice. Ancient, horrid things. We vowed to keep them locked where they are.
We'll take our chances, dwarf. We're going through that door, one way or another.
Goodbye, Belgan.
Finally.
And by the way, Muradin isn't dead.
Tread lightly. Frostmourne
Let's heal up Anub'arak.
Time is fleeting.
Now he's got Locust Swarm.
At last.
The blood key is required.
Finally.
Speak.
Alright, let's see.
I'll see to it.
There we go.
What is it now? At last.
The air smells awful in here. Something doesn't feel right.
If the dwarf's story was true, there's no telling what awaits us in the darkness. This stairwell leads into the heart of the old Nerubian Empire. We must be cautious.
By all means. You first.
I wonder what dark and horrid things the dwarves were referring to. Part 2, The Forgotten Ones, moments later, within the Inner Kingdoms. So I've kind of been, or I sort of hinted at it earlier. This is basically the very first time we as the players are introduced to the faction that we would come to know as the Old Gods.
We have entered the Old Kingdom. Be wary, Death Knight. Whatever scared the dwarves still lurks down here somewhere.
You probably will know what that reference is. By the way, Arthas is now level 4.
This is more like
Just continues to drop in level.
The towers on either side are rigged to fire bolts of frost. This hallway is a death trap.
Can't we disable them?
The circular hatch in the far wall is an aqueduct plug. If we can open it, the water might flood the firing mechanisms and disable the entire trap.
Gold. We should take this with us.
I serve only the frozen throne. Kinky. Indubitably.
Look at that ability from Anub'arak. Woo!
at last. This is more like it.
Yep.
Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. That's done it. Let's move. Frostmourne hungers.
I'll consume the living and the dead.
Oh, by the way,
Time is fleeting. I have heard the summons. My might cannot be matched. My might cannot be matched. I have heard the summons. Speak. The scourge will devour all. The strands of destiny weave only a web of death. It was good to be the king. Humans check in, they don't check out. I'm the fifth Beetle. And they say Blizzard games don't have bugs.
okay, that one was really good. You also caught a couple of those other ones, right? I'm the fifth Beetle.
Ah, at last.
Nice lines there from Anub'arak.
The traitor king.
That really made me laugh.
Me?
He is referring to me, Death Knight. These Nerubians will stop at nothing to destroy us. Kinky.
Tread lightly.
Yep.
Finally.
Thank you, Great One. The rebel spiders captured my comrades as well. They're being held in a nearby chamber. Release them, and they will be yours to command.
Man, that locust swarm looks awesome.
By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Speak, fool.
Finally. Tread lightly.
The Guardians are activating. Defend yourselves.
No one orders me around. Finally. This is more like it.
Okay. Take a
Frostmourne.
health.
At last. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it.
That poor little beetle just still trying to get through the door. Let me through!
Like it.
Open the door!
You will know endless toil.
Death to the servants of Ner'zhul. The eggs of our young are incubated within those breeding pods. There's no telling how many vicious hatchlings they hold.
You are right. They're definitely hostile. We've got to destroy the breeding pods.
We could also seal the doors to shut the hatchlings in.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
I'll see to it. By Nerub. Kinky. Indubitably.
Huh. A frozen throne. Cute.
Back to the surface.
What is it now? Speak, fool.
I serve only the frozen throne.
There's the impale.
No one orders me around. At last.
I can't help it. I see Anub'arak's abilities, and I remember playing him in Heroes of the Storm.
Finally.
I mean, after all, a lot of the characters that, you know, in that game, their abilities and such were based off of how they were either in WoW or in this game.
Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Okay. Do those look familiar?
Frostmourne hungers. What the hell are they?
They are the horrors the dwarves spoke of. I thought they were only legends.
What?
They are the faceless ones.
Oh, sorry. Felt the old god influence on me for a moment there.
I'll consume the living and the dead.
And then we freed the Nerubians to aid us against the Faceless Ones.
Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. Finally.
Oh, hold on. Let's get some healing, shall we?
Time is fleeting.
There we go.
By Neru.
What is it now? What is it now? Tread lightly.
There we go. Alright, let's go. Oh boy.
Be a forgotten one. Look to your defenses, Death Knight. Fight as you've never fought before.
At last.
Yeah, that's nasty. Did you notice the panic in Anub'arak's voice the moment he saw it? He said, he was going, oh gosh, it's fight as you've never fought before. That just goes to show, like, how terrified Anub'arak is of them.
We cannot take them all. Hurry, Death Knight. Up the stairwell. Hurry.
And thus, we were introduced to the old gods and their forces. The Faceless Ones, the Kathraxi, all of them. This was the first time we were introduced to them. Part 3. Ascent to the Upper Kingdom. Moments later, at the entrance to the Upper Kingdom.
We're running out of time, Anub'arak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Arthas!
The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anub'arak and the others survived. No one orders me around.
Alright, this is now level 3.
Speak, fool.
So now it's just Arthas.
Frostmourne hungers.
Inventory is full.
Finally. I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames.
Ah!
Finally.
Ouch.
At last. This is more like it. More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Faithless coward. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Ouch.
At last.
At least a fountain of health is here.
Another quake?
Yeah, there's a reason for those quakes. We actually already saw the cause for it. But don't worry, we'll be finding out about it real soon. Oh, more faceless ones.
This is more like it.
Yeah, right now, Arthas is only surviving through this, mainly through the power of Frostmourne. Frostmourne on its own is basically the only reason Arthas is able to make it through this right now.
Frostmourne hungers.
With the way he keeps getting weaker and such.
Ah, at last. Finally. Finally. Ah, at last.
Nope, 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 nope. Avoid that big guy. Avoid that big guy.
This is more like it.
I just realized I'm on a timer.
Finally. This is more like it.
Oh, okay, I have to fight the big guy anyway.
Legendary. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it.
Oh.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Like, go, 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 go.
At last. You will know endless torment. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like
Inventory
it.
is full.
Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne.
I must find a way across this strange obstacle.
Ah, at last.
Yeah, forget about it.
Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Oh.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Oh my gosh, I hate puzzles like this.
Ah,
Absolutely hate these puzzles.
finally. Finally.
I mean, I'm on a timer here, and I gotta do this.
Frostmourne hungers.
This is ridiculous.
This is more like it. Ah, at last. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Frostmourne hungers.
Oh.
Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Let me on the platform. Oh my gosh.
Like it. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
What
This
are you
is more
doing,
like
Arthas?
it.
Stop running like that.
Finally.
Finally.
Oh my gosh.
Anub'arak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
What is it now?
No time to chat. We gotta go.
This is more like it.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
Something's breaking through. Defensive positions! Finally.
We gotta go. We only have a few minutes left. Run!
Frostmourne hungers.
Our forces are under attack.
This is more like it.
Speak.
Tread lightly. This is more like it.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit.
Oh my gosh.
Blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it. I'll consume the living and the dead.
At last.
Cheeky.
Speak, fool. Finally.
Go, go, go.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.
Interlude. Boiling point. Hours later, near the base of the Icecrown Glacier, King Arthas and Anub'arak finally reach the main stronghold of the Scourge.
We've made it, Anub'arak. Our forces are already assembled and waiting.
Greetings, King Arthas. You've arrived just in time. Illidan's Naga and Blood Elf forces have taken up positions at the base of the glacier and...
Arthas, my champion, you have come at last.
Master?
There is a fracture in my prison, the Frozen Throne, and my energies are seeping from it. That is why your powers have diminished.
But how?
The rune blade Frostmourne was once locked inside the throne as well. I thrust it from the ice, so that it would find its way to you, and then lead you to me. And so it has. Now we face a grave danger. My creator, the Demon Lord Kil'jaeden, sent his agent here to destroy me. If they should reach the Frozen Throne before you, all will be lost. The Scourge will be undone. Now hurry. I will grant you all the power I can spare.
I saw another vision of the Lich King. He has restored my powers. I know now what I must do. It's time to end the game. Once and for all.
Heh. Kind of a little fourth wall break in there. Because, yeah, I believe this is now the last mission of the campaign. Chapter 8, A Symphony of Frost and flame. Moments later, at the Scourge stronghold, King Arthas and Anub'arak make their final plans to defend the Lich King's throne chamber.
Time's running out, Anub'arak. We've got to get inside the throne chamber before Illidan does.
The throne chamber lies within the frozen peak at the center of the valley. It can only be opened by activating the 4 enchanted obelisks that surround it. Illidan's forces have already entrenched themselves near 2 of them. We'll need to drive them back and reactivate the obelisks ourselves.
Hey, Illidan.
We're sorry to
Vosh,
interrupt your
Kael'thas.
meditation, Master, but all our forces are in place.
Once the chamber is opened, we will destroy the frozen throne, as promised.
Then the hour has come at last. After today, the Scourge will meet its end. Can you hear me out there, Arthas? Its end!
Illidan has mocked the Scourge long enough. It's time we put the fear of death back in him.
Alright. I will be going... We will be doing the final mission of the Frozen Throne expansion, with the exception, of course, of the Rexar campaign. Of this campaign, the finale of the Frozen Throne, when we return. By the way, I have something special planned for the end. A bit of reading, as I've done before, from the Arthas Lich King book. A little bit, mainly the epilogue, to kind of let you know what happens at a certain point, which is very, very important. And to also kind of let you just have a nice little nostalgia trip as I remind you how well this set up a certain expansion. Stay tuned.